One additional bonus tip that I can give you is that you can read a good book multiple times instead of reading 100 books once. You can read 100 books once, but then you picked up less. But like for example, a good book that I've read, Atomic Habits, I've read it 5 times already the past 2 years. How to start the habit of reading. So I've had this question a lot already from my followers and people who always ask me, how do you start the habit of reading? Because I'm a huge advocate of reading books. It's one of the ways that I've completely transformed myself over the years. And reading books for me has a huge impact into my personal growth, physically, emotionally, and mentally as well. I want to help you guys start the habit of reading, where it be just starting from just 1 page a day to reading me 8 to 16 books a day, like one chapter each book if you can. So I read a lot of books every day. It's throughout my busy schedule, I've allocated 45 minutes to almost 2 hours at times in a day just solely for reading. And I've learned how to enjoy it for quite some time already. Here's what I do. Every morning, I start by reading a page from a book. It all started with one book that I read before and then became 2, became 3, became 4, 5. Next thing you know, I'm reading 8 books every morning, about 6 to 9 books every night until I fall asleep. So I'm going to give you 5 tips into starting the habit of reading. First important tip that I want to share with you is only read what you love to read. If you want to read fiction, then start with fiction. I'm going to judge you if you read fictional books instead of non-fictional books or self-improvement or finance books whatsoever. To each his own. So only read what you love. Don't listen to what others tell you to read because you don't want to read what other people feel obliged to read or something you think you should be reading. Okay, that's important. It will only lead to the lack of interest. Like if I force you to read books about finance and you're not interested in numbers, you'll never be interested in reading. That's why I'm not going to tell you any recommendations of books you should start reading. I'm going to tell you what I started reading, but I'm not going to tell you to start reading that because it might not be the trigger that interests you. Does that make sense? First, you have to cultivate a love for reading. And it has to be fun and it has to be something you stick to. The first book that made an impact for me was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, which I read about a little over 12 years ago. And that started snowballing from there. I read 48 Laws of Power from there. Six Sigma books is one of them books that I started to read as well because I was in BPO back then. So I wanted to learn more about process improvement. So Six Sigma was the way for me and so on and so forth. So it really depends on you which one. If you want to start reading, Twilight or Harry Potter books, it's up to you. It just has to start or spark an interest in reading. It just snowballs and snowballs. Let's go on to number 2, which is read at a regular time around an event you will actually do, which means that, like for me, it has to have sort of a trigger. It has to trigger your reading. Some people would play a certain playlist on Spotify and that's the sign that they need to read. Or when they sit down on a special chair or on a specific chair at their house or in their office, it means that it's the chair for reading. Or if you turn on a certain light, you use a certain lamp and it starts the habit of reading for you. Or after taking a bath at night, then that's the signal. Anything. There should be like a trigger for you to start reading. You need to create an environment that will trigger you to read consistently without thinking about it. Another example is reading before you go to bed or like after taking a bath or after drinking water, for example. So the consistency of that has to come first. So forget about quality or volume of things. You can't read 8 chapters in one sitting if you haven't started the habit of reading a page. Every day, start with the habit of reading 1 page of a book. I mean, no one's gonna laugh at you for reading 1 page a day. And then that page will eventually turn out to be 2, 3, and so on and so forth. You get what I mean? Start reading with a page and then move on to 2 pages, and then you get bored, you start with 3, 4, 5. Next thing you know, you're reading 3 chapters of a book. But it has to start with something that will be consistent. So that's number 2. Read the regular time around an event that you know you will do. Let's go on to number 3, which is read for small periods of time. No more, no less. If you say you're gonna read for 5 minutes in a day, then read it for 5 minutes. If you say you want to read for only 2 minutes, then hey, I'm not judging you. Read for 2 minutes. I don't care. Just start the habit of reading every day. Don't worry about feeling silly for reading only for 1 to 2 minutes. It's okay. No one's watching you or telling you that you look stupid for just reading for 2 minutes. It's okay. The goal is to form an unconscious automatic habit which leads to consistent behavior. Only aim for a goal you know you will consistently meet. What is it to you to read a page of a book for like a minute or two? It's nothing. It's just like brushing your teeth. How did you get to the habit of brushing your teeth every day? It's by starting by doing it once every morning. Then now you brush your teeth also at night. And now it becomes a habit for you. So reading has become a habit for me every morning and every night. So it's just that. It's the way I've been reading for the past few years already. Like I started with just a page of a book and then became 2 and so on and so forth. I am an advocate for reading books to improve your mindset and to improve your skills. I'm not a graduate of marketing, right? But how did I become someone that's being called for when it comes to marketing and in sales? It's because I read a lot of books. Everything that I learned from books, I'm just applying it in real life. Everyone who's become an expert at something actually read a book about marketing, and it's something that they've learned how to apply. And that's a good thing. The bad thing about it is that people have demonized it. You know, the book Think and Grow Rich, all those fake gurus when it comes to learning and making money have used certain parts of Think and Grow Rich to make money for themselves. They've used that for networking gains for them. And I'm not going to judge them for doing that because they've used the knowledge that they've learned from reading books and to making money for themselves. Well, it's not really my business to talk about those that have used that for negative implications, but to each their own, right? That's number 3. And by the way, if you're liking this episode right now, a subscribe to the channel will be terrific. Let's go on to number 4. This is something I find very hard to avoid at times, especially when I'm distracted by some noises or whatever. Avoid this. Avoid subvocalization. Right? It means moving your lips when you read. When I read perspective of something, so I'm reading something that's in front of me by just using my lips. It's a wrong way to read. So it's something that I learned from this book to help me triple my reading speed. It simply means to avoid saying using your lips what you're reading because it's a very, very, very bad habit. So it slows down your mental processing. I thought before it would help me improve my mental processing, but in fact, it did not. This one can trip up your brain and your eyes, and it's gonna make you read more slowly and process a lot more slowly. This can break down your reading flow and cause distractions due to double takes, revisiting the same words or lines. Don't read and say it using your lips, you moving your lips like this. Some people do that when reading. It's a bad habit. So those are the bad habits for reading you want to take out, and it's going to help you read. So read using your mind. Don't read using your lips because you're going to learn how to block read. So I read per paragraph. I read the paragraph as a line. When I read the whole paragraph as an entire line. And that's how I block read. That's why I'm able to read faster because I don't read per line. I read per paragraph. I read like this. Parts by parts by parts. I don't read like this, like most people do. So I read with the idea of reading one paragraph to another and another and another. So that's how you block read. It's a skill you have to develop through the years of reading books. All the beginners, everyone starts with just reading one line from left to right. And don't use your fingers to read. It's just going to slow down your reading. You can cover the upper part of what you're reading with the index card. That helps so that you don't look back to where you were reading. So you can cover the top part and go down to the last page and then go down and go down. That's a trick I learned how to use to speed up my reading. It's like forcing me to read faster. And then after each chapter, I try to recall what I just learned. One additional bonus tip that I can give you is that you can read a good book multiple times instead of reading 100 books once. You can read 100 books once, but then you picked up less. But like for example, a good book that I've read, Atomic Habits, I've read it 5 times already the past 2 years. That helped me retain more and more about habits. That's why most of the things that I write on my social media accounts are all about habits. It's because I've read it from that book and The Power of Habit as well by James Duhigg to repeat everything, to repeat the messaging over and over again. You can't have too many messages or lines of messages every day because you have to keep on repeating and repeating something that you've learned. Because when you just say it once, like when you say the word kindness just once, you have to repeat that message over and over again until it creates a recall for you. That's why I keep on repeating, talking about reading with you guys, because it's something that I wish everyone can continue to develop over a period of time, and so on and so forth. Even if I'm doing these videos for over 1,000 times already, I'm still gonna try my best to insert reading at its best, because it's something I hopefully that everyone who is following me in my social media diaries every day, of the habit of reading books. And it's probably one of the things why I'm always showing books that I'm reading on my story. So maybe I'll put that more in my post as well. Let's go on to number 5, which is have fun with what you're reading. Prioritize consistency over everything else that you do. Start small. Always start small and increase your reading habits once you have locked them down. Meaning, if you're reading a page every day, it means that you're showing up. When you show up, you're doing it every day. Like working out. I work out 5 times a week, so I show up 5 times a week. It means that you created the habit of showing up even for 5 minutes. If you're reading for 5 minutes every day, that compounds to like 35 minutes of reading every day for 7 days. That's long. That's a lot longer than anyone else would read. If your excuse is you don't have the money to read, then you have a phone, then you can use Kindle. And you can just go to what I use, which is just pdfdrive.com, and just download the files there and upload it to my Kindle account for free. And I'd use my phone to read it, or use my iPad, or use my Kindle Paperwhite, and then I can read it. There's no excuse. By the way, I want to show you my Kindle app. This is my Kindle app, and this is where I have so many books here nonstop. See, all the nice books that I have. These are for free. None of these were bought. So many books. Some of them I already deleted because I read them twice already. So most of these books are my favorites, and some I want to read them. When I'm away, I would read them. If I don't have a book on hand, I would read them instead of, grazing through social media. I would just read a chapter of one of the books here instead. So I picked up something. And then what I do is, since it's a Kindle, you can highlight something that you've read. Like, for example, somewhere here with the book Why We Sleep, I can just highlight a piece of content and then copy that and then paste it on my notes. So this is what I read from my notes. Hence, I have something that I can share with you guys because it's just based out of something I read. Because all the information that I'm saying has been written already. It's not something new, unless it's an experience that I've had. So that one is different. But books have been around for generations and generations. So there's nothing new already. Nothing is original. That's what I can say. If people would say that, oh yeah, he just got it from a book. Yeah, hell yeah, got it from a book. So don't tell me I'm original. I'm not original. I'm just sharing the message that I learned from books, and it's awesome. If someone's gonna tell me that you got it from a book, I don't care. I got it from a book, so what? You don't have to be original. You can just innovate. Quote from a book that says time is gold has been used over and over again with, be productive because time is gold. You can say it in a million variations. Work hard, work smart. It's been used like for millions and millions. It doesn't matter where you got them from. The important is the message that it portrays. No one's original. No one is original. That's what I can say. So that's one of the reasons why I'm able to talk a lot more than before. It's because I've read so many books, and I'll continue to read books until the day I die. That's one thing I can say. This will be a habit of mine till the day I die. The only regret is that I should have never stopped reading after college. I hated books because I had to read chapters and chapters of books because there's a long test or a finals exam. That's why I had to read books, heavy books that I've bought, and it's the books that I had in college is something I can give back to the bookstore because it looks fresh. There's no dents whatsoever. I can return the books. But now, like, additional tip. I respect books a lot. That's why when I lend books to people, please do not bend pages. Do not bend them like that. When you read, don't create marks over here. I don't like, creasing my books. I respect the book. That's why I don't even put them on the floor whatsoever. I take care of the book to retain its value, right? And to respect the book itself. It's one way of respecting the book that you have on hand. Avoid having creases on your books whatsoever. It's just one of my pet peeves because there's so much learning from reading a lot of books, and I respect books. That's just the way I am. So that's all I have for you now. If you found value in today's episode, make sure to leave a comment in the comment section down below and subscribe to this channel. And I'll see you again on the next episode. Peace.